Yeah, hi. Is this Middlebrow?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Middlebrow podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Brian Park.
I'm Dan Rosen.
Dan, you finally did it. You convinced me to get your stupid fucking Australian slop bowl at this bowl just before this podcast.
Oh yeah, we did. Well, we're recording next to this bowl. Have you been to this bowl, Gus? Our guest?
We haven't even introduced our guest.
Bring him right in.
Bring him into the bowl.
This bowl is, imagine if like an Equinox class had even worse aesthetics and worse people, but actually delivered pretty good Australian bowls.
The music is insane.
Yeah, just like EDM and chrome and Australian accents.
And perfect macros.
Really good macro.
Really
great.
great
Like a little
macros.
Asian-y. Like a bowl, but like a little Asian-y.
Just a dab.
Just a tad.
I
A
didn't
tad
say
of
that.
Asian.
That was Dan.
Is that not how you describe the bowls?
I wouldn't describe them as Asian-y. I was
There's
going Australian.
The Australian miso salmon. This bowl is the closest we have to the Erewhon clientele. If you walked in,
Which is Dan's dream. Surprise, surprise.
I would love to have an Erewhon.
Well, anyways, we want to give a quick shout out to Atani for the beautiful space that they've lent us.
A new brand opening up on the Bowery.
We have full episodes on YouTube now.
Full episodes on YouTube. They said we would never do it.
Yeah, and we still
did
got
do
a
it.
few snarky comments that said it only took you a year, but we got there. We took the scenic route. Dan, we should introduce our guest. You kind of already did that.
I always break the rule. I always want to just bring the guest right in.
Yeah.
You wanted to throw me into a sloppy bowl. This bowl.
Yeah, we can't be playing with each other right here while the guest is just watching.
Well, listeners, you're in for a treat because our guest this week, one of my favorite comedians online.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I like
him.
We'll talk about it, but
Dan's ambivalent.
I think
one
it's
of
funny.
the funniest.
I think it's very funny. I think it's very funny.
Thank you.
Our guest this week is a comedian and theater director and actor and upstate resident and hot guy. Give it up for Gus Heagerty.
Thank you, guys. It's really an honor to be here
Thank you
for my audition for Dan.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe by the end, you will be my favorite.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that title. Yeah, I hope we can win you over via the pod. But it's really good to be here. I feel honored to be in this chic space. I know you guys are in a nomadic time right now, and
I think this is among our chicer spaces.
Yeah.
No, this feels cool. I mean, I don't know how much I can blast it, but I was telling Brian this is like a space for me that I used to visit when it was an old J.Crew, when J.Crew was like rebranding, and it was, I think, like someone from Supreme was working creative directing.
Brendan Babenzian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the men's department was supposed to be like, it's going to be lit. And I walked in and it was like, it was giving like men's club. Like, yeah, we know you're here to shop, but like,
You want a cigar?
yeah, how is it? Like, do you want a coffee? Sit down. Like, I have a surf journal from 1974. Do you want to read it?
Yeah.
And
now they're doing AI slop.
now they're doing air slap where the foot is going behind.
Yeah.
That was huge. I love that spread.
That was
Also, me
great.
zooming into that and being like, what is that polo though? Like, I actually need
Yeah.
that.
Can you make this?
Yeah, like AI or not, like they hit. Like
Yeah.
that looks like a
I
Pinterest
kind of like
board.
the glitchy stripe. It's a nice irregular detail.
Maybe that
Yeah.
will be the future of pattern making is AI glitch.
Oh yeah.
outfit.
Like what kind of like roll of the dice does AI give you?
Yeah.
And like let's
It's
design
like,
it.
let's make it.
Let's make that.
Yeah.
That feels very like next in fashion. Like the challenge is like make this shitty AI design. Find out. See if it can go
There's
like
no fashion
straight
designers.
to consumer.
It goes straight from the CEO's Midjourney account to Bangladesh.
Yeah. This is going right to the fabricators.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. That's amazing.
So yeah, we're haunted by the spirit of J.Crew in this space.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other unsavory things
I'm not
happen
going to take
here.
any J.Crew slander because I still walk up to the cashier and be like, you still offer the student discount, right?
Wow.
I'm an NYU student.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they always reward it.
This is Asian privilege that you look so young and youthful.
I'm surprised
age
you know
well.
about the student discount. So I worked at a J.Crew
Oh, okay.
in my 20s when I was working.
Which one?
On the F Street in Washington, D.C.
Oh,
It
okay.
was, I can't say it was the flagship of Washington, D.C. because nothing's really a flagship in D.C. except for political venues. But it was cool. I was really stoked to work there. I was working in a theater, not getting paid enough. I was interning at a theater down there. So I needed another job to like actually buy groceries and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'll just work at J.Crew. I love their clothes. Like, this is a perfect fit. And like, maybe I'll get to like model for them or something. Like, I didn't know how that works. So I was like, that's how it works, right?
It's like, that was just American Apparel.
Yeah, exactly. I think I was running off of American Apparel fumes. I was like,
if I'm like a little slutty.
Yeah, and like maybe I'm an asshole at the counter, and like that kind
then
of works.
Mr. Crew will make me spread cheeks.
They had no idea, but
for
when
the
I
polos.
walked in,
Gus in the 100% sheer nylon onesie.
yeah. But I got that job, and I didn't save any money or make any money because I spent my entire paycheck in the store because they have like a really generous employee discount system.
That's how they get you.
It is, and it's very like it's all. I mean, this was before we were like shopping on Instagram maniacally. It's like they hooked you. They were like, "Oh, honey, we'll keep you coming back." Like it was something like 60% off final sale rack. So I spent my entire shift just like shopping. I was like restocking, but I was like vaguely always shopping.
Yeah, it was like a clean chain, just a circular.
Oh, totally. Money was just going right back to the business. They were stoked.
into your J.Crew pocket.
That's right.
And out of your J.Crew pocket to purchase more J.Crew pockets.
And also the uniform, the dress code there. They had very specific dress code for it was extremely gendered. It was like, so men will be wearing a collared shirt, a tie, and it had to be like one accessory, whether it was like a tie or a pocket square.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so they also like kept you on a loop where you're like, well, I want to like look cute while I'm working, and so I had to like keep
Were you trying to pick up people at the
I was trying to be a model.
Okay, I forgot.
I was like, well, okay.
Gus had his ankles showing straight
Was
into
this Jenna Lyons days?
These were, I guess there were Jenna Lyons days. How, this was like 2012. I only worked there for like 6 months because I realized I was like, oh, I have a shopping addiction. This is an untreated addiction, and I'm using my job to do it.
It would be like a casino hiring a gambling addict to work there. And then
exactly.
And then they pay them in chips.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Like all the employees were just like running on the high of like buying more J.Crew shit.
That is so funny.
J.Crew always has a sale that I'm like, how are you guys making money?
They're not.
Okay, because these chinos are $3. They're marked down from $200. Like, what happened here?
And if you're lucky, if you look in the shirt pocket, you might find a letter, like some paper that says, "Please help me."
Totally, yeah.
So you made it out of the J.Crew in DC.
I didn't even make it. I was like, we have to leave. Like, I wasn't even allowed to. I wasn't supposed to have another job working at the theater because, of course, it's theater, so they wanted me there like 24 hours a day.
Right.
So I like didn't even have time to be put on this schedule, and I wasn't bringing in any money. I was just like, populating my closet with more fucking ugly Oxfords. It was the chambray era too, where it was like everything I was buying was chambray.
I owned so much chambray.
So much. Gave it all away.
It was insane.
You gave away all your paychecks.
Oh, no. Gave away my paychecks, but then I ended up getting rid of all the J.Crew stuff because, of course, it's like on a trending cycle. Like we've talked about this. Like I'm still desperately seeking some sort of original taste. And so I was
you're here with the Grumici pants. And,
this is temporary.
Gorp from the waist down.
For now. Next year you catch me, I will be in like head to toe Polo Ralph Lauren, like paint splattered. Like I'm like using the US Open spread as my mood board.
So what'd you do out of your post J.Crew era? You were like, okay, now I'm going to double down on theater and commit myself to this craft.
I doubled down. I was like, let's recalibrate here. I don't need the J.Crew outfits to work in theater.
Were you acting or directing in theater?
No, I was directing. So I went to theater school in North Carolina, and I started as an actor and then went into directing. And I was directing there. My first job out of college was I got a fellowship in directing at the Kennedy Center.
Oh.
It was pretty prestigious.
Soon to be renamed
Trump Tower.
Yeah.
So sick. Yeah,
They're
wish I was working there now.
Andrew Lloyd Webber shows.
Yeah, but I worked there for my first year out of school, and I got paid more money than I would ever make again in theater. So I had a really unhealthy. This is probably why I ended up at J.Crew just buying clothes, because I was like, oh, I'm going to be balling in this industry.
Yeah, the theater industry.
The theater industry. I thought I had duped it. I was like, oh, I got the job that everyone wants, but no one really gets.
Hamilton was roaring.
No, we weren't at Hamilton yet. It was like Next to Normal, I think, was ripping. Okay. It was like indie musicals were cool at that time.
Got it.
But it was a great job. But that's what brought me there. Didn't really anticipate staying, but then I got another job, which was a fellowship, which means paid internship. But I was getting housed on East Capitol Street during the Obama years. it was beautiful.
So the vibes are
The
immaculate.
vibes were incredible. I was like,
We had hope.
That was peak.
we had hope.
There was going to be some.
Yeah, the hope poster was plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
It was a aesthetically beautiful time in the city, in a city with like absolutely no personality.
No, bereft.
Yeah.
It makes sense that Sweet Green came from DC.
Oh my god, I didn't know that, but
Yeah,
that's
Georgetown.
100%. They're Georgetown
that
students.
feels so right.
And now that Sweet Green is now housing the National Guard, I think.
Oh, sick. It's just a feeding station. That's
Yeah,
Crafties.
That's, what they go- that's
Crafties for the
National
Guard.
Guard.
Yeah.
As they walk around, I think
Repurposed.
picking up trash mostly.
My god.
I didn't know that you were in theater though, because I found you through Instagram,
Yep.
and you make these hilarious videos that satirize these really, really specific character archetypes. Like one of them's like Long Island mom going through something, or the NPR employees at the Tiny Desk concert watching Doechii. My personal fave is movement teacher who's going through something. And then I think like a couple months ago you were promoting your
Like James Lipton. And then you did movement teacher who's going through something.
Totally movie titles. Your impression of girl ordering coffee. Yeah, exactly. So nice.
Then we come to your seminal role, gay waiter.
Just how I wanted to be archived, cataloged.
I missed that show. Did you watch that show growing up?
No.
Inside the
did.
Actor Studio?
Oh yeah,
Did you?
that was huge.
That was formative for you.
Quality interviews. Yeah, I mean to hear actors and artists talk for like an extended period. Like,
Do
he's
you
a
watch
good
the
interviewer.
Variety Actors on Actors show now?
I don't watch actors on actors, but I do still watch like Hollywood Roundtable, like where it's like where there's a moderator. I don't know what it's called. It's Roundtable, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? And it's like and they get all the like or the Oscar nominated actresses around one table, and they're all like trying to perform their own technique or intelligence around the technique.
Gus, like what is your I just love the spontaneity and the naturalism that you bring to your characters on Instagram, and just I don't know, like what is it, Meisner? Like can you clue me in on your process there?
Yeah. No, the gift is presence. It's for me. It's a gift to be giving back to you. I don't really catalog myself in a technique specifically. So for me,
Your
it's
post
just,
technique almost.
yeah, it's just sort of like I'm
I see, I
responding
see.
to the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. I love that framework because it's so astute.
Yeah. I feel so welcomed in the space of Instagram. It's so, it's such an honor to be so public in that space and also just have a platform to speak,
And then there's like John Krasinski there, and he's like, yeah.
Yeah. He was like in a Marvel movie. He's like, yep.
No, for sure.
For sure.
You guys are artists.
Yeah, you guys are.
are.
I don't want to speak to the artists here, but I mean, just I'm dabbling.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like those. I mean, long form, interviewing like this. It's changed shapes, and I think there's an art form to asking questions. But James was a great.
Yeah, with his like mammoth stack of index cards. That was kind of like a proto podcast, I think, or like
Totally.
it filled the role of what, I don't know what does that now, Talk Easy or something, or
Yeah.
Mark Maron.
So you're saying we should do more of that?
I think
Because I hate long form interviews now, where they just lead with so much like, "Oh, your videos have gone over 3 million views.
Oh,
that
yeah.
must have been so fucking crazy and hard to deal with.
totally.
How viral you went."
Yeah.
Or they like Liam Neeson. What do you think of the Labubu?
Oh yeah. Trying to get a hot take off of someone, like,
Dude,
that's how like internet soaked their brains are, though, is like their only offering can be like, what is this thing that we've all collectively seen and your response to it?
Yeah.
Rather than
how
like
can we
anything about like,
nail this one moment of time
Yeah.
and trend, and like Liam Neeson plus Labubu. Yes.
Yeah. Will he say something viral that we can clip and then we'll be
Yes.
on that trend? I was watching the interview that someone was interviewing Coco Gauff on the court after a match that she had just won. I don't remember what round this was. She's lost now, but the questions that they were asking her, I was like, what does this person actually want from her right now? Like, what are you craving at? Because the way you're framing these questions makes no sense. You just kept being like, and so that moment out there when you were almost about to lose, how did that feel? And it's like, how did it feel? Maybe get a little bit more specific about like what technique was Coco employing? Like, teach us something about
has
tennis.
never watched tennis.
I'm going to defend that questioning. In athletics, you got to give them the curveball because every athlete's going to say the same thing. I just tried my best, and luckily I came out on the winning side of this, and yeah. So if you throw them off their game, you might get some naturalism and some.
That's what I mean,
some
though.
personality.
Is we're not. So I agree. Athletes are going to throw it up to God. Is the first thing they're going to do if we were in like the NBA specifically, or they're going to just talk about like their mom or like trying their best.
Yep.
But the way you knock them out of that, they're doing that because they've been trained that like these questions are so boring. Like I can literally say anything. But that's why it's the responsibility of the journalists in that moment. I'm calling them journalists. The intern on ESPN to ask a more specific question. Like it's why those interviewers were more well versed in the technique. Like I want to learn something
maybe
about
the athletes they asked like just they insist because did you see Michael Porter Jr. the basketball player was just like on a normal podcast and they were like gay son thought daughter. Ooh. Maybe I think something along the lines of like if you have a gay son you're like you're a little disappointed, something like that. And it's like, okay, maybe actually we should not let these people
reel it back.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he said that on the podcast.
Yeah, he's on the podcast.
Oh yeah, you forget that's what they've spent their entire life doing. Yeah. wait, we don't actually want to hear.
Yeah, we don't want to know your opinions. Just maybe actually do shut up and dribble, but for your own good.
Yeah. Athletes like have an opportunity to teach us something about technique in the same way that actors do or anything, but like no one's being challenged to do anything, and also everyone is being pinned as an authority on anything. Like this thing about that NBA star being like letting them loose and letting them talk, like it's dangerous in the same way that like we've democratized like fame and like listen to TikTokers tell us anything, like myself included. I'm like, great, so Trump's dying on September 3rd. And like, people are like, where'd you get that information? I'm like, The New Yorker, TikTok. I don't know.
It's the same. They're both on the phone, but also everyone's a brand, and everyone has so much to protect, and so it's so rare that an athlete or an actor or anyone will give like a great interview the way that they I think used to when there was not this kind of awareness, maintenance of a brand, and that's why we like certain tennis players, just slightly push against that mold.
Who? Which ones are pushing in your view?
Medvedev. I like Nick Kyrgios because he's just a shitster, but I think that friction brings interesting moments.
Yeah,
but
what is it? I'm not familiar. What's he been up to on the court? Like throwing rackets, or
he's been doing absolutely nothing other than just saying that X, Y, and Z suck, and I would have beat them. But it gives a moment for the players to respond to that.
Yeah.
He just has a personality.
Yeah,
which is rare. Even like Kyrie Irving, who
we've come full circle now. So when Jannik Sinner inevitably wins the U.S. Open, someone should go on court and be like, "So how many people is it where you deem them as ran through then, Jannik?"
What's your body count?
What's your body count, Jannik?
Yeah.
I like try my best and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. But all that being said, I didn't know that you were a theater director.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a...
Who would have thought?
I was like, you're hilarious Instagram. You're a hilarious comedian. Yeah. And then you were promoting a show you were directing at the Williamstown Theatre Festival.
Yeah, I was directing a development. It was like a workshop of a play called White Girls Gang. That's very funny. It's by a writer named Rhianna Simons who lives in England. And Jeremy O'Harris brought the play over here, and we workshopped it this summer at Williamstown. And it's about 5 white women who have a book club, and they're reading an Audre Lorde title, and in an effort to sort of unearth their inherent racism and to reconcile that. But then it comes out that a bunch of them have done some really nasty racist shit in their past. And it's a satire, but it's also like kind of farcical and just gets like totally crazy on stage. It's really funny. And Jeremy reached out to me about that project because of my sense of humor. Also, he was like, "You get these girls." And I was like, "Fuck you." Well, yes. But so yeah, they kind of bleed into both worlds, which is what I like. But I think, theater directing and comedy are similar. There's there's a deep quiet and observation that's required in theater directing, both in watching actors work and figuring out psychologically where they're planted and what's happening with them in order to draw out the most articulate performance. But you're also like really plugged into like wants and like why people are doing certain things. And that's why, as you generously said about my comedy, like I'm really fascinated by like hyper specific behavior.
Right.
And mostly with myself. Like my first starting point with my comedy is like looking at the most embarrassing shit that I do and seeing it happen and then like being like, oh, that's really funny. And then like trying to articulate that as specifically as I can.
Yeah, I definitely do watch your Instagram. It's like, oh, this comes from a place of deep knowledge.
Oh yeah, it's all me. Nicoletta lives in me. Like I am her, she is me. I mean,
the
like,
guy goes to Japan. And
oh yeah, that was me on the trip. Like,
or like
yeah,
ordering
comes from
tacos with a Spanish accent.
and that's always been my favorite. Yeah, the tacos. That video actually. For the listeners, it was candid. No, but like literally 20 minutes after I did that at the taco stand outside of Hudson, and saw the opportunity to show them that I wanted to reach across and culturally say like I do know your language. Yeah, across this entire border. And I saw myself doing it, and I was like, God, that's so fucking funny. And I've done that like most of my life. And then I had my boyfriend film it, and he was like, wait, you literally just said this. Like I watched you, and I was like, yes, that's why we're doing it. But so I've learned that like the more specific it can be, the better. But also just like, yeah, those truthful things. That's always the comedy I've been drawn to. Like is just like people really going for it, and coming from a place of like really wanting to be loved or wanting, in that case, to be seen as progressive or liberal. I also grew up in Marin County, which is like the capital of like crunchy granola people, white people who are like...
That explains the Gramici.
Yeah.
Literally. Like it's rock climbing, but it's hippie, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like...
It's just not for like... You know, you're not hiking the Appalachian Trail.
No. This is for like a dog walk with my golden retriever, like after yoga.
Right.
Like they're like the capital of like, if I'm gonna do yoga, like I'm gonna look good while I do it.
Like we're going to Arc'teryx and Snow Peak. Right before the trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the gear is far more exciting than the activity.
God. I mean, that's been me.
We're gonna need the Sub-Zero's sleeping bag, right?
Dan?
Yeah.
We'll need
definitely.
that.
You guys literally last night, like the Labor Day sales, I was like, I need a tent. I need a tent. As someone who lives upstate, I need a tent. And then I was like researching like the best tent. Right. Because of course I have to have the best, even though I've gone camping once.
Yeah. K2 is right there.
K2, like I could start in my backyard and who knows where I'll be in 5 years. Like I'm doing the Appalachian.
100%.
Yeah. Seeing the opportunity of it all.
Do you camp? Are you doing a lot of tent
I
work?
haven't been, but as someone who spends a lot of time on the device, I really want to be outside right now, and I'm craving like
it's important to just like
solitude
unplug,
moment.
You know,
it really is.
Just be kind of with yourself, with nature.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I really want to do that, and I'm like looking forward to it in a huge way. But I just need to fit it into my schedule, and
that's why the REI.
That's why the Labor Day sale at REI has me set.
Connect with nature.
I went to the REI sale that happened in spring.
You did?
Did you cross the picket line?
The fucking busy. I crossed the picket line, and a lot of other people did because that was the busiest, most dense block of Soho.
Yeah, when was this?
That day? I think it was like May.
Okay, so everyone's like gearing up.
Everyone's gearing up.
Did you get anything in particular or were you gunning for something, or did you?
I was looking at some of the hiking shoes, and I'm like, the Merrells are fine, but if I really had the Scarpas, like that would be a game changer.
Yeah. No, the unlock of, I mean, clothing specifically, but like anything at this point, I'm just like hungry for the thing that will release me from this fleshy meat sack I'm in and make me
6
feel
months
connected.
Of J.Crew.
Yeah.
So what do you have your eye on these days?
Ooh.
What's like the thing you're like, if I get this will really, this will change everything.
This is embarrassing, but we'll just say it. It's the red light mask, that fucking like X-Men style mask that's a really high price point.
How much is it?
Oh, these things are running the low end. These are like starting at $280. You know what I'm talking about, right? The thing that's like skin tightening.
Yeah.
It's all, and it's like, it's an investment.
It looks
one,
great. Looks great on Instagram. They must
gorgeous.
have known this.
Oh,
and like this looks fucking eerie and it looks like you're like a Remember the Jabberwockies?
Yes, that's what it is. It's Jabberwockies, but it's got like interior lighting, so it's like it's extremely dramatic. It's great costuming.
I haven't seen someone use it well in a movie yet, and I'm waiting.
That's true.
For it to be someone like pop up into frame
and freak someone out with it.
So you have amazing skin, by the way. You guys can't see, but
thank you.
I don't think you need any of that.
Thank you. I mean, I was actually thinking about something I heard Brian say. I don't know when maybe it was on this podcast or somewhere about like, it was your Subway take.
Yes.
Where you were like, skincare is not real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I vacillate between being like 100%, like back to the roots. Like they didn't have this shit, hundreds of years ago. Like, what do I need? I just need vegetables. I need a balanced diet.
Yeah, but Lincoln's skin was not good.
But what?
Lincoln's skin was not good.
Lincoln's skin looked good in the oil portraits that I saw in DC. He was quite good. Did he have shitty skin?
I don't know. I doubt it was great. He was a kind of freakish man.
He had an acne run. He was on Accutane for a little while. But yeah, that was the most recent one where I was hooked, and my friend sent me a code actually and was like, I think you can get like 50%, $50 off. And that second rush where the sale comes through and I was like, gotta get on it now. Like this is the sign. And
sometimes you just want to spend money. You're like excited.
You really do.
You're like, I leave the house and I'm like, today I'd like to spend too much money. Mm-hmm. I don't know on what yet.
Yeah.
But come get me, world. Time to be caught.
Yeah. And I think it's related, for me, it's related to this aching for my own sort of like corner of the universe in terms of taste. Like I'm so aware of like how homogenized my taste is. And like the minute I think like cremici and sort of like wide leg and like tactile, that's so unique. And then like I turn around and there's like 7 ads for it, or like 15 people are wearing it. It's the cerulean blue.
You can't escape it.
There's no way to escape. I'll have this where like I'll buy a pair of shoes and then that next week I'll see it featured on some like menswear blog I read, and I'm like, God, fuck, I don't have an original thought.
Yeah. I fell into it.
Maybe that's why people just do uniforms, because they just like, all right, just accept it.
This feels timeless, what you're wearing right now.
I think I'm slowly trying to just become like very simple and just like nice button-down shirts and live my life that way.
I think that's great. That feels right. I don't know how old you are.
I walk into Mohawk General when I'm in LA. Whoa.
Yeah, and you're in for 400 on a like a vintage like Russell Athletic crew neck sweatshirt.
Yeah. These Wranglers made in USA though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are good $350. I want those.
Can we talk about that neighborhood where Mohawk is? Is it
Silver Lake?
It's like Silver Lake, like early Silver
but like
Lake.
That particular little bend of Silver Lake, I just have a lot of memories of like really painful walks where I'm like hustling to get to Mohawk or wherever I'm going,
because it's like this by the way, what people in LA will tell you is the walkable part of LA.
Yes, exactly.
It's the most hilly.
It's an insane walk.
No, but it's also
Torina. I stay at the top of Silver Lake sometimes, and I don't have to go to Pilates actually. I'm just like your legs are shaking.
Yeah, bun shredded. Yeah, dumping sweat.
I have a dump truck by the end of every LA visit.
But it's also the construction there. I feel like if we like Google mapped this and like went to the real life images that they take, like would that construction still be there? Because there's like a blue tarp blowing in that wind over there that I'm like, this is your last summer.
Like a weird corner.
No one's actually working on this. It's like a bus stop. You know what I'm talking about? There's like a bike station, but that just feels like so much like LA.
You keep going to Scientology. The Scientology's at the end of the run.
Well, that's why they do it. They're like, keep walking, babe. You're almost there.
You're not supposed to walk in LA. And LA is like, you're not supposed to see this, darling. Yeah. This is our little secret.
Yes, sweetie. You're supposed to be in a car looking at your phone while this happens.
Wait, I want to talk about the Williamstown Theatre Festival.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Distracted.
Well, it's like it's huge. It's like a Sundance. It's very prestigious.
Yeah.
All of my theater friends are like, I used to go to I would go to the Williamstown Theatre Festival and I see the shows. It was the best time ever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have no idea. Is it like a summer camp? Like, what's the whole vibe?
It feels like a summer camp. But it has that clout that you speak of. It's a really historic festival. I think it's been around. This was the 71st season. This is where some of the like great early American plays were being developed during the summer.
Is it all new plays?
I think it is. Historically, it's always been new plays. Less so in the like last decades. They will like revival plays. Like this past summer was heavily a Tennessee Williams season that Jeremy curated. And he brought in new creative teams to sort of reimagine some of these like lesser done, really ambitious Williams plays. Camino Real was the one that Pamela Anderson was in, and it's got I don't know how many cast members, and it's like a really psychological, fucked up play that makes no sense, and so people just stay away from it. But Jeremy brought it here because that's what that festival is sort of known for doing, is being like, we can take it on, let's try this.
Yeah.
So these A-listers also go to Williamstown.
Yeah, and that's been a big part of the history. So not just this season. This season was like there were really shiny people there, and that was partly because Jeremy was on board as a creative director, bringing in a lot of his cool friends.
This isn't Coachella. This is for like
but that's
the heads.
Coachella literally was one of their like mood board things. They were like, we want this to feel like Coachella, because they kind of changed the programming structure this year. Where
Coachella, but we're doing UNESCO.
Coachella, but you're going to be sitting for like 3 hours and you can't leave. And no funds. So you could buy a ticket and see like 5 plays in a weekend. And so you like bought like a weekend package was how they did it this summer.
Okay.
But yeah, historically it was a breeding ground for new plays that then would come to Broadway. I can't list all the titles that we would know that came to Broadway, but a lot of stuff has come up through Williamstown and then come to here. And they brought a lot of celebrity actors out there, but it's also historically a place where like a lot of young theater actors really cut their teeth, because they used to have a company, like a resident company. So you or I, as like a 23-year-old, could live out there for the summer, and you'd get plugged into a bunch of different shows, and then maybe one of them would get brought to Broadway. So it was like a huge opportunity for young people to like train underneath older veteran actors, and also like get to meet writers, and you're developing work. So
is it still that?
It's still, the bones of that are very true. The theater landscape has changed dramatically. Where like
the regional theater has like died.
Regional theater's dying. It's everything's very expensive. Everything is also programming wise. My experience of it, I don't know if this is accurate. Everything's backlogged because of the quarantine. All those plays and playwrights who were promised spots in those seasons during like 20 to 21 and beyond
because it takes so long.
Yeah, because it takes so long to program a play and then finance it and then like get programmed. Like you get spun through so many ringers to finally get into a season. Then once you get one of those spots, they're like, they've promised you this debut play, and maybe it doesn't make total sense to program it 5 years later after a quarantine, but like they're still going to do it in some cases. So
we're still doing Harvey Weinstein the musical.
Exactly. We're like, Scott Rudin really wanted to do this during the quarantine. Let's just give him one more. But
he's coming back, I thought.
He is. Yeah, he's got some projects. There
are a few actors who need a phone thrown at their face.
Yeah, I want a stapler.
He's back? Scott Rudin?
Yeah, he's coming back.
Kevin Spacey's back. Did you guys see that?
I did see him back.
Yeah, he creeped right back in a real, like, he went to the UK and was like on trial, and we were all like, okay, good, he's done. And then he was like, hey, actually, I'm doing another thing. I'm dying to know that publicist, or like whatever that team is.
For Kevin Spacey?
Or just like cancellation work.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we reacclimate you?
I think there was a New York Times article about the person who's like does all the really the guy who does like all the crazy difficult.
Should we just develop this into a series and pitch it? You know, the Crisis PR team?
The Crisis PR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're onto something.
So
guys.
yes, you were accused of a lot of sexual assault. Episode 1.
Yeah.
It's fun.
True. I mean, it's kind of like
Army Hammer though, still gone. Hotel manager.
Is he a hotel manager?
Oh, he's like selling timeshares in the Caymans. Yeah.
Hospitality feels right for him. He's very front facing.
Yeah, you don't want to hide that face.
No, he's pretty. Put him right up front.
Yeah, you don't want him texting.
Sell J.Crew cards.
He might get promoted to model.
Hey, my name's Army, by the way. If you need anything, I'll be right up here.
And by the way, can I eat your organs? Okay, cool.
No, you wouldn't bother him.
Size large.
He's like so handsome that he's like, everything good there, and the pants don't fit. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Oh yeah.
He looks so good in a striped Oxford. Oh my god.
Oh fuck. I mean, that movie is like I still go back to that as a lookbook. I'm like, can I wear shorts that short? Yeah, ride a little vintage bike around Brooklyn. Yeah.
Okay. It feels contemporary. It feels very of the moment that you were connected with Jeremy through Instagram, and then sort of were given this opportunity to direct like a theater piece.
Yeah.
But like for social media to kind of be the catalyst for all of this to happen.
Yeah. I should clarify. I knew Jeremy before that. Like we knew each other because of theater. Like he and I were coming up kind of around the same time doing plays in like shitty basements, like the New Ohio Theater. I was the first time I ever met Jeremy.
Yeah.
And by the way, he said he would do the podcast. And what's going on, Jeremy?
Hey, Jeremy.
You said you were down.
Yeah, we got to get you on.
But you're not busy. You don't have other things to do.
Yeah, you're not busy at all. He was wonderful, and he came and saw one of the first shows I made with my company when I started making work independently in the city. And it was a mutual friend of ours, the playwright Agnes Berinsky, and Jeremy came and saw that show. So he was very familiar with my work directing. But what I mean by the social media was like, he also understands my sense of humor.
Right.
And so when he read
He's
this
very
play,
online.
So yes, to your point, like it absolutely, and this is the benefit of this app, because obviously I don't want my work to be owned by Meta or like spend much more time on this app.
And you don't want to be on your phone 10 hours a day.
But it's this, like it's connected me with like incredible other artists that I really respect. And I'm like, oh, it's because I just have this like sketchbook of ideas that I can put out there so that people get to know me more intimately about what I'm interested in. So yeah, when Jeremy has this play come across his desk, does he have a desk that thinks that's such an old turn of phrase?
His desktop.
When it got printed off the HP printer and landed on his desk,
Right.
He thought of me because of the work that I am doing on Instagram. So that
I mean, as a director, are you shelving potential actors that you want to collaborate with? Like, do you see them on Instagram too? I kind of like what they're doing. Like, they might be good for someone to sort
And
them.
are any of them podcast hosts?
You too, I would. I don't know. I think I'm pretty particular in terms of like a type of actor and like what, for lack of a better word, like the technique that they have. And I think what we see with a lot of, or in my experience when I'm watching a lot of creators on TikTok, is like a lack of kind of like technique or ownership of some kind of craft, because they're responding to an algorithm rather than actually like locating what's important to them and then turning it out, which takes time and is really hard to do.
Right.
And they're not committing to it's to me, or like it feels very like tossed off.
Yes. Well, and it has to be because they're making work under the auspice of like, well, I have to do 2 of these a day.
Yeah.
Because that's what like you do in order to get seen by the algorithm. Like, and listen, I like play into all this stuff too. Like I'm making stuff on there, but I do think, so I think I'm less like seeing people meeting actors that I want to work with. I think with comedy, there's like comedians that I would definitely want to work with, but like acting, maybe less so. But some of the best actors, in my opinion, are comedians. Like Laura Dern is a genius comedian. She's also an incredible actor. Lisa Kudrow is like one of the best actors of our time, in my opinion, and also a genius comedian in my mind.
I saw this. Did you see that? Like George Clooney and Adam Sandler in this new movie, and in this new Noah Baumbach movie.
Oh yeah,
and it's like dramatic.
Jay Kelly, right?
Yeah, and George Clooney said something to the effect, it's like it bothers me that people just say that say he's a clown, that he's not like a good actor. He's like a really emotional actor. And I see that, and it's like, well, actually, it's quite hard to be a clown. Like I like most. There are way more people who can do dramatic actors, and there are not that many people who can like really nail a clown and commit to that and get laughs and have people connect to it. And I feel like often if you're able to be the clown, you can kind of end up doing dramatic work. You don't like Sandler?
I like Sandler, but I find dramatic acting so much more difficult than to do comedy, because with comedy there is a goal to be, or like you're trying to get to an end destination, which is like laughter or incite laughter. But with like dramatic acting, like it could just be stillness, and you have to be fine with that. And the open-ended
But there's so many
nature
other
of it.
ways to interpret dramatic acting and different ways to go. In comedy, like you do have to get a laugh. Like it does have to elicit very specific and immediate response. And I don't know, like there aren't that many great comedic actors. Which to me is a sign that it is a more kind of difficult, challenging task.
Yeah, I agree with you though. I think the moving from clowning into dramatic acting is a more successful path than the converse of that. But I think the thing that's really important in clowning is being seen, and like really letting someone in is like what the great comics do. Like Lisa Kudrow, for example, when she's in The Comeback, like that show is really funny to me because she's essentially playing herself. Like it's written just adjacent of her. But she's really someone who's moving through wanting to be liked and wanting to be remembered. And she's really doing it. And that's what makes it so funny. And it's why we call things cringe now. When something's cringe or I feel attacked, it's because we feel the thing really deeply. And clowns let you feel the thing with them. So I think there's like an access that clowns let you into that then translates to a dramatic movie. Like I think of Bill Irwin, who's like a great clown and also actor. Like him and Rachel getting married is like a gut-wrenching performance, and he's able to let you in because like he knows how to make you laugh and then like let you into something deeper.
I saw him
too.
at the Irish Rep in a Godot play recently. He was really amazing.
Yeah, he was in Waiting for Godot, right?
It wasn't Waiting for Godot. It was maybe Endgame.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Which my friends won't forgive me for taking them to. But don't take your friends to any Beckett.
Yeah.
I took Bride to Beckett shorts.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But shorts.
There were shorts.
Yeah. You got your brain expanded for a little while.
Yeah.
And then
That's one way to put it. My brain was expanded.
Beckett's hard. I did some really bad Beckett in college and was like, this is so interesting because no one knows what's happening. Like, that's why we need this. We need this. Yeah.
What did you do?
It was some play where like I put the actor like on top of like 19 acting cubes and he was saying a monologue where he was repeating the same text over and over. I don't remember what the play was called. It was like one of those short plays and I made people sit through that. That was brutal. I shouldn't have done it. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing.
It's fucking art.
Yeah, it was just like an attempt at figuring out what I like.
Epic theater. I'm disrupting.
Oh yeah, no, we're really challenging you. Oh, you're bored? Think about that. That's interesting that you're bored.
Yeah,
ask that question.
You want to shoot yourself and everyone here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, let's investigate that. Come to the Q&A.
You should be uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we've turned off the AC.
Oh God, that's so much. Theater I was doing like early days in New York was just like raw, like in a basement, like it's hot, but it was like guttural and honest and it was just brutal.
Yeah. What's the end goal with those?
Broadway. Okay. It was just straight transfer. This gets picked up. I mean, it's me and J.Crew being like, am I going to model if I'm here? It's like those actors are like, is this how I get to HBO?
Yeah.
Like, is this how it works?
Tourists from the Midwest are going to want to see this. They're going to pay.
This will be a commercial run next season. Yeah.
But all of this speaks to me right now because I'm actually trying to be more bored. I don't feel bored enough. Yeah. With our screens and
I don't think we know how
there's just too much noise.
Bored.
Too much noise. Who wants to be bored? Who wants to be alone with your thoughts? Actually, I go to plays and I have some of my best thinking.
That's what.
Yeah, you get some good thinking.
I get some great. Yeah.
What kind of
plays?
Stuff?
Philharmonic. Oh my God.
Do you go to Philharmonic? Huge thinking spot. Opera.
It's a very expensive way. Ballet. Oh my God. And the most expensive way to actually be alone with your thoughts.
Hey, we like the ballet.
I love the ballet, but I'm definitely zoning out a little.
I think that's embedded in the experience. Though.
Yeah,
I think
you look at the colors.
Yeah, it's like looking at abstract art. You're not supposed to be like figuring it out. You're just supposed to like let your eyes kind of drift and
think
happen.
about what Jake said to you last week. Yeah. And like, was that a slight?
Some shit in your head.
Walk out of Lincoln Center. I think I need to post more. Actually, I'm not posting enough.
Yeah, in the third pirouette in the second act, I think.
Yeah. I miss my device. I want to go back to it. Yeah,
but it's all topical because we were just before we started recording. We talked about how SNL just announced their new cast members, and all of them are very social media forward.
I was talking to you about this before. You also kind of skipped like the traditional path. Through social media.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, definitely in the like being seen as a comedian, which like that word doesn't always feel suitable to me because I think think of myself as an actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a certain craft, I would say, to making those videos, and editing is a huge part of it. There's so much comedy in editing that I think is fascinating and so fun. So as long as I'm having fun while I'm making those videos, that's all that really counts. But I do think it's not the same craft as doing what you guys have done for so long, which is like getting up in front of an audience and telling jokes. Like you were saying, Brian, like the direct line of like, my goal here is to make people laugh. Like, when I'm working on a play or something, I'm like, I know this is a comedy, but like, I'm not I can't only aim at making the laugh. I have to focus on the material.
Right.
And so it's a different technique. And so I'm really curious about it, but I don't think we can just do this like easy answer like, oh, you have lots of followers, like just come on over and do that, but do it over here. It's like it belies like decades long of work and comedians who have been doing this forever, or actors, wherever they're getting transported to.
Right.
And obviously we have great examples of it happening and it being successful, and I don't want those people to not have those opportunities, myself included.
I don't want them to have them.
Well, I know you don't want them. But yeah, and I would imagine though, like, you guys have done stand-up for a long time, so like someone like me who's entering the comedy space through videos, I would imagine there must be some kind of like, really? Like, oh, cool. So you just were in your underwear at your fucking apartment and made a video, and now you get to do this shit?
Yeah, you're getting the opportunities.
No, you're smart. That's the better way to do it.
Yeah, I feel like I have less
people.
resentment and more self-hatred. Like, why the fuck did I waste so much time?
Oh.
Because I think if I had started now, I probably would not have gone about it in the same way. Like, I wish when I had started doing comedy, there was like an algorithmic way to get your stuff out, whereas just like, if the stuff is good, people will see it. There was like a route now, and that was just like not the case. Like, you needed to impress the right people, which is so much more about networking and relationships within the New York comedy scene. That it's almost a different skill in the same way that like being good at algorithms and TikTok is a different skill than like doing comedy, performing live, impressing, whatever, some loser at some comedy club who has power over you.
I mean, I really relate to that in my theater experience, where I have the same sentiment where I'm like, fuck, if I was doing it now, like, what the fuck was I doing assistant directing people for years? I was like a professional assistant director, because when I was coming up, I was taught, like, the director will get sick one day and he can't do a project and I'll hand it over to the assistant.
Yeah. What do you do as an assistant director?
That's not an understudy.
No, there's no world where that would happen now. Like, that is too big of a financial risk to hand a 21-year-old the show who's never directed before.
Yeah.
But in like the 60s, when my teacher was working, like, yeah, that was probably possible.
I see.
And so as an assistant director, you're essentially like a gopher, is what I was told. You're going for coffee, you're going for pencils, like you're doing whatever the production needs. Yeah, you're a PA, exactly. Okay. And you can get stuck in a track, which I did because I got really good at it because I wanted to please everyone and like rise up the ranks.
Yeah.
You got the best coffee.
I was fucking good.
Record time.
And I'm a people pleaser. Like, I'm codependent naturally. So I was just like, sorry, what do you need? I was like anticipating the director's needs. And they're like, this feels amazing. Come with me to Seattle. Let's do the next one. And so like I started doing that more and more. But it's so similar to you, like in that networking, like I'm out here hustling, trying to be seen by the right people. I was like banging my head against the door. And until I started making my work on my own, I started self-producing work in New York, which was so difficult and took up so much resources and time. But the result was exactly what I wanted. And it was like the first moment that my work got recognized in a way that I was like, that's what I was trying to do. Great.
Right.
And so I think in hindsight, I have similar feelings where I'm like, oh, and I'm seeing young theater directors now doing shit. And I'm like, duh, of course that's how you should do it. Like, right, don't assist, just make your show.
Yeah. You kind of just do it yourself for everything.
Yeah, and so maybe that also has helped me, because I think what you're talking about too is like, one of the things that's wonderful, if I might use that word, about that, having our phones and being able to do this as artists, people who want to write, like, it's free and I can fucking put material out there and just keep churning it out.
Right.
And as an exercise, it's good for you because what you're doing is figuring out your voice and being like, what is my point of view? Because like I start narrowing it down and I'm like, this is really what I want to talk about. And like, I got to do that in front of people and of course get feedback of like, we like this one, we don't like this one.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I'm like still paying attention to like, what's interesting to me. And it's like getting your own show without having to get booked on the show in some way.
This is your artist pages then.
It's my morning pages.
It's your morning pages.
Yeah. I mean, I've been through the artist way up to week 9. Wow. How many times? Yeah.
That was truly my rock bottom, was when I was doing the artist way. Without exaggeration.
Most people's recovery and your rock
never
bottom.
Good.
Ouch.
That was truly my rock bottom.
Really?
Where I was just going to a coffee shop, just writing. I'm like, this is gonna change everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will climb me out.
And then I walked in and I said, let's start a podcast, kid.
Hey, guys, stop writing. Let's get a mic in your
You got
hand.
the goods.
Yeah.
Can
man.
I ask you about theater acting?
Yeah. I'm excited for
I'm
this
scared
one.
for this question.
Why
James Lipton.
why does the
Why
theater
is it
kid
so weird?
how do we beat out the theater kid energy style out of acting? How does it develop? Like where does it begin? Do people know that it's like annoying and bad and no one wants to see someone talk like this all the time? And wow, we're all here.
I was going to ask for an impression of it, and I got it.
Okay.
So you're talking, the music theater thing of, I was in New York and I was 22 years old, and that kind of acting, or yeah,
Which you then see, I think, in film, like, because a lot of these people learn.
Are you talking strictly like in a professional sense, or are we talking like off screen in real life? Why is your personality like this?
No, I don't. They're all very nice people. It just is a grading style of acting that is.
It's a defense mechanism.
Okay.
I mean, that thing I was saying about wanting to be seen, if I was directing those actors, I'd be like, okay, try it again, and this time just talk.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, that's what I was doing. And then they would start again, and they would probably do the like voice. They would like put it on. Yeah, the Shakespeare voice, which is like, my liege, I did deny no prisoners. And you're like, whoa, okay, that's really hard to listen to. I don't know what's happening. It's the thing that makes you check out in plays, and it happens all the time with Shakespeare. Go to Shakespeare in the Park, and the reason why your lids are shutting after 5 seconds is because they're not talking. They're like doing Shakespeare voice.
Yeah.
And it's because they feel like they have to like bridge some distance between them and this archaic text. And really the answer is like, Dan, just talk it the way Dan would talk it, like we're talking right now. And the minute they do that, it feels really uncomfortable and vulnerable, but it's the thing that helps us actually listen as an audience. And so that's like a huge part of my job. And it sounds so simple, but it is so difficult for most actors to actually genuinely talk and genuinely listen. Most people listen like, oh, yeah, right. No, and it's like you're anticipating what Brian's going to say rather than just really listening.
I just did a day on the movie.
Yes.
And by far the most difficult part was when I was not talking.
That's right.
And there were two actors saying, and I just had to like, in my head, like, am I looking like an idiot?
Yes.
What am I like? I was like, no, actually I have to listen. I have to be present and react. But I'm just like, because the cameras, it was like a 2-shot and they were on the other side of me.
Of course.
And they're like, oh, I'm very visible.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
what does it even look? How do I
You can just do what I do. Just lower your chin a little bit and then have your eye contact. It's like, yeah, I'm listening.
I mean,
what's the Joey thing? Just do math in your head.
Oh, really? Is that what he does?
Wait, what's Joey and Friends?
Joey and Friends was doing math.
He just adds big numbers in his head. And
yeah, that tracks. That's good for him and for that character.
And did that process work for you, Dan?
I didn't try it.
You didn't go there, but I was
really present.
After
I was
that,
in the moment.
I mean, you're not like, listen, you're not alone. Like everyone would have that experience having the camera on them. You're suddenly aware of like, wait, what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I'm supposed to be listening. How do I do that?
Right.
Yeah.
And the way we listen is
we're like little thing, because I've directed stuff when you see how people listen. They're just like, what are you doing with your face? Like, why are you like twitching your mouth?
Yeah.
You're like frozen.
Yeah. Because true, genuine listening means your attention is on the other person. But in that moment, you were watching Dan going like, what am I doing? Wait, hold on. How do I listen? And it's really uncomfortable, but it's like, as soon as you can notice that and then let it go again. But it's really challenging. I'm not saying this is like easy or like the greats don't struggle with this still. Like I can work with like tremendous veteran actors and I'm still reminding them like, you're not really listening there. And they're like, you're right. And they can feel it faster, but it's a really like huge bedrock of theater. And this gets into something that I'm actually very passionate about, where I'm like, I get very scared about the craft of acting falling away. And this sounds really stupid and nerdy, but like this is a craft that gets passed down through people. And if we don't continue to learn it, things like that, which I would hope everyone can learn so that it makes great acting, will just get lost to the wayside, and we get TikTok listening. Because if you come off of like the internet, you're used to like a phone that's not responding to you. It's not a live thing.
Yeah.
So of course, when you like get on set and finally have real actors with you, you're like, wait, this isn't how it works. Can you go away?
Yeah.
Like,
Are there any tells where if you see an actor, you're like, okay, you're coming up through like screen, like a phone acting style. The craft isn't there, or like something's not translating.
I think it's just intuition. I mean, for me, it's like years of like developing an eye and an understanding of like locating when something's not working. Sometimes it's that.
Yeah.
And so it's just like a feeling. I mean, you guys probably have this, like I have it, where it's like the first 3 lines of any book, like you can know if you're like, oh, I can fuck with this author. Like this is going to be my jam, or like they're taking good care of me. And it's the same with like performance. Like I know in the first 5 seconds of a play, I'm like, oh no,
Damn.
I'm not going to be able to make it through this.
I need help
And
with
I
that.
always hold the director responsible. It's never the actor's fault. I'm like, you were not taken care of.
How do you every time I watch like a new play,
Yeah.
I'm like, and if it's not working, I'm like, is it the right, like I don't, it's hard for me to like know if it's the writing or the performances or the directing.
Yeah.
Or even like I'll see whatever classic plays, but this is the first time I've seen it. And so there'll be people like, what did I see? Oh, I saw Gypsy.
Yeah.
With Audra McDonald.
Yeah.
And she was amazing, but then like the people I was with, I was like, oh, it was like she didn't do it right. You know, it wasn't with the, and it's like, well, I don't know any of the like history of this play, of this musical, how it's supposed to be done, the different, you know. So how do you even know if something is good or relative to what? Yeah.
I mean, that's tricky. It's a great question. Like, I fall more into your camp where I'm like, I shouldn't have to know fucking context, especially when it comes to music theater. That's not my bag, and I don't know a lot. I'm not passionate about it. I don't direct those. And so like if I go and like I don't have a good time, I'm like, that's on you. Like, it's not about like, well, you should have seen the 1978 revival when Sutton Foster. No, it was iconic. And they like get into this lore with you, and you're like, I'm sorry, I just watched the thing and it didn't work. That's your job.
And I have one opportunity a decade to see this.
Like, sorry, like I'm not going to like forgive it because of some context. So I just don't think that's the responsibility again of like any piece of art is like, you need to watch it. For myself as a director, one of the exercises that's really important for me is watch it as you, Dan, in that first time seeing it. I need to watch whatever play I'm directing as a first time listener. I'm like, am I hearing everything? Do I know that person's name? So like when I miss a line, it's not like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, keep going. I'm like, wait. I'm not hearing that. And sometimes it's something really simple, but like I'm in charge of that. I have to take care of the work so that it's legible for you, so that you take the ride and you don't need to be like trying to hear things more closely. If you can't hear an actor, that's on us. That's not like that shouldn't be your problem.
Yeah.
And so I think,
and you shouldn't have read the play beforehand.
No, like nothing should be required of me. I want to have an experience just walking in. Granted, like, sure, you might have a more interesting experience if you've like with Hamilton, if like you're like steeped in US history, I'm sure that might be a more interesting experience than it was for me.
Yeah. Right.
But like Hamilton slapped because we all learned US history while we watched the show without any requirements before.
Yeah, I feel like if I knew US history, it'd probably drive me insane because of how inaccurate it was.
Yes, probably, yeah.
Like, oh, that never happened, actually.
Yeah. What rifle is that?
He wasn't black, actually.
Yeah.
He was white.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I saw Hamilton only like 7 years after it had finally opened, and it was like the ensemble had been like replaced by like actors who were like on cruise ships, and so like it wasn't the original cast who had like made that choreography, and it was so fun. It was like the performance of Hamilton done by like classically trained music theater actors who like didn't have that rawness. It was funny. The rifles were moving like a little too gracefully. I was like, ooh, yeah. Yeah, don't do it that much.
So for something like that, like you'd only seen it in that way.
Yeah. And it was still fun.
It's still fun. Yeah, but that's how I feel about Shakespeare plays. Is like even if the cast isn't great, it's like, oh, the play's still pretty good. Like I'm listening to the text.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. I mean, but you're a writer too, so like you might have an ear to be able to like soak in language and text in that way, because like that's a really hard one and you really have to take good care of it.
I don't have that ear, Dan.
For Shakespeare?
No, absolutely not.
But like, that's not on you. Again, like that's the responsibility.
That's what
of
I'm
the
learning
people
from
making
you.
it.
Yeah, that's totally on the director.
And Willie himself.
And Willie himself. Yeah, I mean, his shit was boring. So yeah, spice it up.
Twins again.
Truly, no, twins again, and like a
Cross-dressing?
Yeah. Oh, you drugged him again? Really into this shit? Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get into this article.
Let's talk
Do we
about the
need to?
article.
Should we get into the article? Did you read this article?
Which one?
Talking about
Oh, yeah, I
Elizabeth
read that.
Gilbert.
Sorry. Elizabeth Gilbert?
The author of Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah, I know her. I was a big magic girl. Big Magic, you know that book she wrote?
I didn't read that one.
No.
You wouldn't because you didn't like The Artist's Way, but this is like adjacent self-help spiritual guidance for
So
creatives.
Elizabeth Gilbert wrote a self-help adjacent book called The Big Magic.
It's called just Big Magic.
Big Magic.
Yeah. Highly recommend for those who love The Artist's Way, like this will be your jam.
What's the takeaway from it?
It's creative ideas arrive to you and it's your job to take care of them or they move on to other people. And creative ideas are infinite if you tap into yourself being a vessel for them. They will arrive.
Do you believe that? You think there are not?
That's very Rick Rubin-esque.
I think
Yeah.
I've heard.
It's very Rick Rubin. It's very spiritual.
Yeah.
The spirituality of creativity, which yes, I totally
So
co-sign.
there's just like an idea out there, and you just have to be like the first person to.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
harness
I'm less obsessed with that about like because her book it tells a story about an idea that she had that then she ignored, and then someone else writing that book and her seeing it on a book stand and being like, "Wait, that's crazy." But it's I do believe that we're inherently creative beings. Like our proclivity is towards wanting to create or to be creative, and so if we
Have you been on the
avail-
internet recently? I think it
lot.
begs to differ with your creativity.
No, don't tarnish this. I need this energy
No,
right
no,
now.
but wait,
I need this energy right
what
now.
do you mean? There's a lot that I think we're like living in an era where like everyone's like, me also actually.
They want it, but most people are very bad at it.
Well, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
but like at least there's like this fundamental belief of like, am I next? Like, is
Yeah.
it me?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a model
I
now.
think less people need to read these books.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I think across
But you
the board.
are an artist, so you should read it.
Well, yeah, I mean that just came from like deep dark moments where I was like, is this working? Should I throw in the towel? And just feeling despair. They're hopeful texts. They like realign you with yourself and what you want to do.
So if I'm thinking about taking the LSAT, I should read Big Magic.
Totally. It's really good LSAT prep, actually. Yeah. That's the only piece of text I would recommend if you are going to be a lawyer in this country. Like, that's all we need.
Just find the law out there.
Yeah.
It's to be seized.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so that's awesome.
So anyway,
Elizabeth Gilbert. She's she's gone viral again.
Okay, tell me.
She has a new book.
She has a new forthcoming book.
Okay.
But I didn't know she wrote a GQ article based on her time being a bartender at Coyote Ugly, which inspired the film Coyote Ugly.
Crazy Life.
And then chronologically, Eat, Pray, Love is supposed to be a sequel to Coyote Ugly.
Oh, wow.
There's this like hard living,
I didn't know this
like
lore.
sort of lifestyle, and then I need to go find myself.
Yeah.
So Eat, Pray, Love. But now there's this piece in The Cut, viral.
So you know what's coming.
You know it's juicy.
Yeah, I know where we're going. This headline's going to shake you.
So it's a piece called My Once in a Million Years Love Story. It's got a lot in it, but the TLDR of this is that her best friend, who is a former addict, called her and told her that she has late stage cancer and she's going to die soon. So then Elizabeth Gilbert nukes her marriage and then professes her love for her best friend.
marriage-
I'm suddenly realizing I've read this. I'm like, I know this story. Yeah.
Yeah.
The marriage that ended in that she found in Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah, right.
The love of.
She torched it to go
And then
continue.
Right. And then her friend, who is a cancer patient, she doesn't want chemotherapy treatment, and there's like should she get it, should she not? She said, no, I don't want to receive treatment. And then her family encouraged her to do it. So then begrudgingly, she accepts chemotherapy treatment, but it comes with a lot of negative side effects. And as part of this process, to alleviate the pain of the chemotherapy treatments, Elizabeth and her partner have decided, you know what? Fuck it. Have some opiates, do some cocaine, ball out. You're going to die anyways. And, Elizabeth Gilbert even went to like I guess these like addiction clinics to procure clean syringes for her friend.
Whoa.
And then it became too much, because she got an apartment, like a penthouse apartment for her friend to live in. And she noticed that her friend was just sort of had relapsed, and she felt this guilt of, encouraging this relapse. And then Elizabeth Gilbert decided that she didn't want to be friends with her anymore. She's like, this is too much emotional
she
burden.
didn't die. She like kept living.
Yeah.
She was supposed to die after 6 months.
Right.
But then she started doing chemo, and then she like was,
got a little better, but she was a full addict now.
And then also on chemo, so like very weak.
Yeah. And then Elizabeth Gilbert said, I can't hold space.
She tried to kill her.
What?
Elizabeth
Wait,
Gilbert tried
what?
to kill her.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Really?
Hold on, Dan. Are you
Dan,
writing that
are you
part?
serious?
No, I really. I read. If you had read the Gian Tolentino review, you would see that. Yeah, she tried to like kill her with sleeping pills.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh,
I didn't read the Joe Tolentino piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
With sleeping pills, and then the friend found out and was like, badass, like something dark awoken in you, like she like respected it. It's very
wow.
fucked up. It's really like Eat, Pray, Love,
Very toxic,
divorce,
codependent.
leave your husband for an addict that's dying, and you guys eat more, a lot more eating.
Eat more, kill more, more
Eat more than
pills,
kill.
pills.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she created this entire mess, and then ultimately said, I can't hold space for you anymore. This is just too much. And then she walked
So
away.
she cut the friendship off,
Yeah.
even though the friend was like, "That's sick that you tried to kill me. Like,
Yeah.
I like that spirit. We should still keep
like
chilling.
I love your energy, like
I love your vibe,
Scorpio.
Yeah. Can you try again? And like this time,
Insane.
Yeah.
But I went to Elizabeth Gilbert's Wikipedia, and I found out she went to NYU, so it's all kind of coming together.
Nice.
She's the NYU apex final boss of all of this, yeah.
Wow.
The cut really always delivers.
If you make a pitch to the cut and it gets accepted, you should look at yourself in the mirror and re-examine your life.
Yeah. I'm really interested. Did you read that piece about gays being slutty that Stephen Horst Phillips wrote?
I saw
He's so funny.
the
Wait,
cover
did I
with
say
the
his name
asses.
right?
I think
I always
so.
flip the last name. Sorry, Stephen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the slutty, the asses.
It's like we've reached peak
You saw the
slutty.
picture. You were like, I get it.
reached
Yeah,
peak slutty.
Yeah, I didn't read it, but I jerked off to the photo.
Nice. Hell yeah. Ally.
I had to do it.
I just thought it was fascinating because Stephen's such a funny writer,
Yeah.
and I don't think the people in the comments understood like who the author was.
Oh, no.
Like they were like really critiquing it as a piece of like journalism of like where we are as gay culture right now, and like Stephen was also obviously like hyperbolizing some bits of it.
Yeah.
It was very funny,
Right.
But I was just like, the cut is like doing this. I'm like, we are really blurry here. Where we're
Yeah,
like,
there is
are we
context collapse completely.
yeah, and I love it. I think it's just kind of
But
this,
I
like,
feel that way about our videos as well. Even like
Yeah.
I'd like to say everything. Like, we'll post things, and people will like respond in the comments as if we've written a press release from the president, and
Yeah.
like, no, we're just like.
But you do that on purpose.
just
The
riffing.
headlines you're writing for our videos are like, are poor people allowed to have style?
Yeah, I mean that's getting the videos in front of the right audience too. It's like those are the
It's
things
like
people
if
are
you go to the
searching.
it's like we're very upfront that we're a comedy podcast. This is not serious. That we're just like playing around and exploring ideas
Yeah,
for fun, and people react as if that you whenever you see something like, well, I have to take this as seriously and earnestly as possible.
That's right.
This is an outrage.
yeah. I mean that's the beauty of what that algorithm does too, where it like plops your stuff with no context. Again, like going to the musical and not being there, just responding to the thing. Like your videos, for those of us who don't follow you or something, might pop up and they have no context for it, and they just have to respond directly. Like I posted a video after the election where I was like, I guess our camo hats didn't work or something.
Right.
And like, that video got plopped in front of some people who did not know who I was. And like, it's like an entire political discussion happening in the comments. I'm like, go off, girls. But like,
Good for the engagement, baby.
yeah, well, totally. Like, keep going. But it was really fascinating that like they were really picking apart, the joke, which I was
Right.
like, that's actually net positive, like for everyone to like really rip into like the way that we use camouflage and like,
Right.
what did that mean about masculinity and why do we choose camo hats and wearing their culture as a costume and all that
Right,
stuff.
right.
I was like, fine, but
I still have my camo hat.
yeah, I have like 5 and none of them are camouflage.
camouflage.
No, stop.
Camouflage.
Yeah, that was the last color this J.Crew shop ran, and then it closed.
Camouflage.
Camouflage.
Yeah, that's a new flavor at Ben and Jerry's.
I haven't bought Ben and Jerry. There's so many
Ice creams.
cute millennial ice creams
Oh my
now
God,
that
it's
like
seducing.
I'm
I'm
I don't even
addicted.
know where to get Ben and Jerry's now.
I plugged True a few episodes. That's great.
Oh wow!
I tried a new one called Outshine.
I'm just
It's incredible.
slowly working my way through all the different millennial seltzer brands that I don't have time for ice
with
cream.
those like matte finish fucking
Yeah,
cans
yeah.
that feel great in your hand.
CBD. There are some that are just
CBD,
full on.
yeah.
And THC. Some that are just. I had one that was sent to me with a fridge, and
In case you need this.
And I thought it was like, all right, this is not going to be that bad. It got me fucked up. It's like,
Yeah.
how is this legal? This is a legal beverage.
Yeah.
THC.
I think that's like a you thing, though.
No, I give this to
I
other
would-
people.
Anyone who's been to a restaurant with Dan, they can attest to this.
Does Dan get pretty twisted? For one?
Just a lightweight.
Yeah. So
I got
am I.
fucked up with the honeydeuce yesterday at the U.S. Open.
Well, those are notoriously strong.
Wait, you guys went yesterday?
I didn't go yesterday, Dan.
You
I
went? Whoa.
Were you there?
No, I want to. How did? Was that
I was invited.
nice?
Yeah.
Shout out high snobiety and on running.
Oh, hell yeah! Thanks, guys. Me next.
Yes. Gus next.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Brian.
Who did you see?
I saw Sinner.
Okay,
I saw two of the
asked
worst
that.
I
I
saw-
just realized I asked, and I'm like, I actually have no idea.
I saw
what
two of the
played
worst
yesterday.
matches of all time. There was
Oh,
like
sick.
6-1, 6-1, 6-1.
Iconic.
And the women's match was like 6-2, 6-1. It was
It was an absolute blowout.
yeah.
Sinner beat this
each game
player
was like an
named
hour
Bublik. Bublik is a stain to the sport now,
Yeah.
in my opinion. He's so like chummy and he has like a court jester like personality.
Yeah.
Or even after getting trounced by Sinner, he's like, "What the fuck, man? Like you're so good. Like I'm good, but you're like crazy."
Brian
good."
hates this.
He's smiling. Abide by the spirit of the
Yeah.
competition. Like
Yeah.
don't like do some like LOL as some like
Yeah.
defense mechanism against the humiliation that
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're experiencing.
We didn't come
Well,
here to
but you
make
see right
friends.
through it. It's a defense mechanism. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, you pussy. Like, you can't really just be upset in front of us. Like, you have to.
Very
Right,
much like your
exactly.
theater directing.
Yeah.
Well,
you should,
exactly.
That's your
you
theater
should come to
directing.
me like, what are we really trying to do here?
Yeah, what's happening?
Let's be present.
Hey,
Let's be
do you want to
honest.
sit down for a sec? Let's figure out what's
Let's
happening
hit the
here.
ball honestly.
Yeah, but you want that John McEnroe, like,
Yeah.
healthy, just like, I take this seriously. I get pissed
Exactly.
off.
I feel like I would be scared to be directed by you.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
you
actually
seem
very.
like-
No. It might sound. I mean,
could,
what
you
I'm
could
talking
see
about
through
sounds
all my
serious.
walls.
But that's like my job. It's like a service to you. I'm like, I'm trying to make your performance great. Like, I want it with you. And so I think the way I do it is not scary at all.
Oh, you're
It's-
crying? Why don't you use that
Yeah.
in the scene? Where's that
Clearly you have
emotion in
some
the scene?
baggage
No,
from
that-
childhood where you were maybe teased a lot or you weren't that popular, but you got to leave that out the door. Okay, I see what's going on here.
Set that aside and then come back in someone else, please. Yeah. No, it's all it's chill. I mean, making a play is not a lot of people care for it anymore. So really, you have a lot of time to really think about, like, what are we doing and why are we here?
Well, I still go to the theater.
God
I go to
bless you.
BAM and theater, and they really seem to want me to not come with
Yeah.
the offerings that they've been having.
They won't come to Beckett, and Dan's
Yeah.
still buying tickets.
You know that play that everyone loves? What if we reimagine it in the worst way possible?
The inclusion statements and the land acknowledgements, they've moved to QR codes now at the theater.
that's good.
It's
That's
just,
That's nice.
it's,
Well,
we're,
technology has solved one thing. At
yeah,
least.
like, we're still doing that. It's just over there on the wall
Yeah.
if you want to go grab that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And the
Yeah.
black actors are also in the QR code.
Yeah.
We've returned to the white actors.
Yeah, but we did do a few productions if you want to see photos of those back a few
Yeah,
years
that's
ago.
on the QR code.
Yeah, those are back there.
Did you see Fairview?
Yeah, great play. That was a
That
while
was
ago.
great. There's this twist that happens at the end where they ask all the people of color in the audience to go on stage, and then all the performers and it was myself and one other person. And I forgot where we saw. We was at BAM, I think.
Wait, wasn't it the inverse though, where people of color stay in the audience? The white people.
Yes, all
get
the
on
white
stage?
people had to
'Cause
go
I
on
remember
stage.
going on stage.
Yeah. It was all the white people had to go on stage,
Yeah.
and the people of color stayed in the audience.
Stayed in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like when theater was like really fucking hitting like a zenith. It was kind of like before the internet really became what we all did. It was because before the pandemic, but
we will make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, it was that. It was very like in your fucking face, but in a cool way. Like that writer is incredible who wrote that play.
That was left to, I still think about that.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like, there are 300 people looking at me and just like far away the one black person.
Oh yeah. Well, you saw it at BAM. That's a different experience. I saw it in a 99-cent or seat theater. They call them cent in LA. 99-seat theater on Walker Street that's no longer in existence, but Soho Rep. But it was much more intimate where you were really looking in people's eyes.
Yeah, the Park Slope Co-op was there in full force.
Totally. That was a co-op play for sure.
They were on stage.
Yeah, and afterwards they're just like, I'm so sorry.
No, now we're making plays about that. That's what this play at Williamstown was all about, was like the white guilt and anxiety and apology.
What are next steps, Gus?
You know.
Did it work? Did the white guilt and apology and...
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
The author sounds right up my alley. It sounds very funny.
It's really funny. It's really uncomfortable to watch. The cast was excellent, and I think it worked. Like there was pretty solid laughter throughout, and it was the kind of laughter where it like suddenly like the buttholes clenched, where I was like, "Ooh, wait, I'm actually laughing at something that's deeply me, and it feels uncomfortable now." So that's just great. That's what the play wants. I don't know what will happen. We pray that something like that gets picked up, but like theater moves so slow that like there's no like immediate like, great, you'll see that in a couple months.
Right.
It's like that's going to be in process then for another 3 years, and then it'll be permitted in most cases.
Half the cast will.
And half the cast will get removed, and the TikTokers will get on board and replace them all.
And you'll be replaced by...
I will definitely be replaced.
Jake Shane or something.
Jake Shane expresses a little bit of interest in theater, and suddenly I'm replaced.
Yeah. You got it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all good. Like, let him step up. Yeah, that's
All
okay.
right.
I had my licks. The
Yeah,
play was
you had
fun.
a good
I had
run.
a great summer. I was at summer camp. It was really fun. Dorm life. It was great.
Gus, thanks for joining us on Middlebrow.
Yeah.
You're
This
welcome.
was super fun.
Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor to be at Middlebrow in this nomadic state.
And right behind here is all the J.Crew vintage.
No,
Yeah.
you
and
did
it's
it.
all yours. Yeah.
40% off.
You get a chino. You get a chino.
And you get a chambray coat and a 50 linen, poly linen, whatever blend.
Where can our listeners find your work online?
You can find my work online on Instagram and TikTok. It's gus.heagerty. It's just my name. And then, that's where everything kind of runs through. If I'm doing theater stuff, you'll see it there because I'll post about it. So
Great.
do it there.
Follow Middlebrow.
Follow Middlebrow.
Subscribe to the YouTube. Many of you did. And good on you. You're good listeners. The rest of you who did not, bad, naughty little listeners.
Shame on you.
And we know who you are.
I think that's it, Dan.
We'll see you next week.
Bye. See you next week.
Okay, that was Middlebrow.